As you know by now, the orange vomit, the disgraced, twice impeached scum, Donald Trump, has been given permission to get back onto social media by the half-wits and the idiots who run those organizations. They are allowing this proto-Nazi, Donald Trump, to get back to his evil doings, which will probably include the racist statements he has been making about Elaine Chao, the former transportation secretary under his administration, who resigned the day of the riots, I believe, the attack on the U.S. Capitol. Well, she has spoken out against Trump's attacks on her. The other day, Trump again, I think it was Monday, on his fake media outlet, Truth Social, he referred to Elaine Chao as Coco Chow, C-H-O-W. Her last name is C-H-A-O, but he calls her Coco Chow. You know how Trump loves to try to demean people. Ms. Chao said the racist nickname said more about Trump, quote, than it will ever say about Asian Americans, end quote. She has hit back before, Elaine Chao has, at the Orange Vomit, who for months has been posting racist diatribes about her on social media. In a statement to Politico on Wednesday, Elaine Chao, and by the way, she served 4 years in Trump's cabinet, she voiced her displeasure at the way he makes these derogatory comments and the terrible nickname for her. She said this to Politico, quote, "When I was young, some people deliberately misspelled or mispronounced my name. Asian Americans have worked hard to change that experience for the next generation. And he doesn't seem to understand that, which says a whole lot more about him than it will ever say about Asian Americans." Well, that's true, but that doesn't mean anything to Trump. Trump is like, I don't know, like a 10-year-old who got into some adults' little diet pills or speed. I mean, Trump constantly acts like he's on some kind of, Adderall or something. But anyway, Ms. Chao released her statement after Trump on Monday posted once again, he referred to her by that nickname, Coco Chow. The Orange Vomit put this on his Truth Social, quote, "Does Coco Chow have anything to do with Joe Biden's classified documents being sent and stored in Chinatown? Her husband, the old broken crow," that would be Mitch McConnell, "the old broken crow is very close to Biden, the Democrats, and of course China." And you know, Elaine Chao is married to the Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell. I wonder if Mitch McConnell ever wakes up in the middle of the night and wonders why he didn't vote to convict this filthy son of a bitch, at least on the second time he was up for impeachment. But McConnell didn't, and McConnell could have ordered, maybe 20 or 30 senators to do the same. But he didn't. So, all right, Mitch, you played with fire and now your ass is getting burned. Wow. Trump has also called Elaine Chao crazy, that was his word, and described her as McConnell's China-loving wife. Jesus Christ. Now, Elaine Chao has thus far avoided responding to Trump directly, but back in December, she told CNN, quote, "He's trying to get a rise out of us. He says all sorts of outrageous things, and I don't make a point of answering any one of them," end quote. And previously, McConnell said he had no response to Trump calling his wife crazy. Really? Okay. It's unclear, as this kind of garbage always is, why Elaine Chao, who, among all of Trump's political enemies' wives, why she has been such a magnet for the Orange Vomit to go after Maybe because Elaine Chao was the first Trump cabinet member to resign following the Capitol riot. But there again, Elaine Chao, you had ample opportunity over a 4-year period to walk out of that hell's nest of deception and lies and grift and contempt for the Constitution, and you didn't. So just like your husband, Mitch, maybe now, if given a chance to go back in time and remove yourself from that nest of vipers, you might have done it. Trump's spokesperson, Stephen Chung, that's his name, he was asked for comment about Elaine Chao. And Stephen Chung told Political, quote, people should stop feigning outrage and engaging in controversies that exist only in their heads. Oh, of course. And then Chung parroted Trump's rhetoric about Chao. Chung told Politico, quote, what's actually concerning is her family's deeply troubling ties to communist China, which has undermined American economic and national security. End quote. You remember that the Orange Vomit repeatedly made racist, anti-Asian remarks. Remember early in his foul, filthy presidency, he gave COVID-19 the nickname Kung Flu. And he had another term for COVID-19. He called it China virus. And that is still being used, of course, in the right-wing circles, like on the Fox sewer by the sewer rats over there. Anyway, Business Insider, where this article appeared, wanted some response to all this from Trump's so-called press office, and of course, they refused to respond. I will be so glad when this son of a bitch, Donald Trump, is dead and gone, in much the same way I was, with no regrets, when the lying, vomitous, self-destructive pig Rush Limbaugh stepped off this mortal coil. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. You know, the Progressive Voices Network brings you commercial-free commentary from today's leading progressive radio hosts and pundits, like me, Mike Malloy, 24 hours a day. I'm not your typical old guy from the 80s or the 90s talk radio host, and Progressive Voices is not your typical talk radio network. It's a listener-supported nonprofit with no corporate control whatsoever over our broadcast. So hosts like me, Mike Malloy, are free to rant and scream and carry on about whatever we like. We're often controversial, but we're never boring. Weeknights, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West on the Progressive Voices Network. Always progressive, always on. I'm Mike Malloy. Keep it lit.